It's time to start some seeds for the early spring garden. Technically, it might be a little past the ideal time to start seeds here in Richmond, Virginia, which is in Grow Zone 7A. On average, our last frost date is April 15th. I would have liked to start these seeds a little earlier, but I've just been a little busy the past couple of weeks. For those of you who haven't seen, here's one of my garden areas and my backyard. Here are all of my supplies. I've got the seeds, of course, some seed starting pots, and some seed starting mix. First, I'm going to put these starter pots in this tray. Now I'm going to fill all of these little pots with some of the starter mix. When you put a hole in the soil to drop the seeds in, it doesn't need to be very deep. It just needs to be enough to cover the seeds. I usually try to put 3 seeds in each pot, so I'm more likely to get something to sprout. Although it is a little painful when multiple sprout and I have to choose which ones get pulled out and which ones get to live. Be sure to label all of your seed trays because you will definitely not remember what each of them are. It started to rain a little bit, so I quickly moved everything inside. Luckily, I had already filled the pots with dirt, which is the messy part. I'm going to use this string and some tape to make a little partition between each of the rows of seeds. Time to fill the rest of these with some seeds. I've got eggplant, cauliflower, sweet peppers, broccoli, and tomatoes. Now that all the seeds are planted, I'm going to try and water them very carefully. I don't want to drown them before they've had a chance at life. We don't get a ton of natural light in our house. This window is east facing and gets a good amount of light during the first part of the day. That's why all these plants are hanging out here. A couple of them aren't doing so well, but this hanging guy is pretty happy. I'm going to find a new spot for them and then put the seed tray in this window. Can't forget to put the flag back in the window. Since this window doesn't get much light in the afternoon, I'm going to try and make up for that with this grow light I have. I know it doesn't really do much until they've sprouted and grown leaves, but it's fun to have the light on. Now our front window has a nice purple glow coming from it. And now I just have to wait and see how many of these seeds decide to sprout.